All right, everybody. Welcome to the long-awaited episode 2 of the Table Hopping Podcast. Today, we're at a very special table that I know dearly. This is my own table. Since the first day of freshman year, I've been coming here every single day during snack and lunch. You know, not as often because I've been going to my Beach Boys that were in the last episode, but all these boys here, they're the OGs. So let me introduce y'all.
My name is Brendan. Say your fucking name.
Yanni.
I'm Lucas.
I'm Michael.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Will Henderson.
Tomas Gallagher.
So, to put it simply, this table and this bar right here, we've been sitting here since freshman year. First day, I remember walking in this cafeteria. It was me, this kid, me. We were all walking around looking for tables. First, we tried going to the bar. We had like a day or two, we went to that booth. The boy Michael down there, the long hair with the mustache, he's been sitting there in the same spot since that first day. But we eventually settled on this table. I think around October, I got my first photo of the table, so show that here. You can see that everybody at the table is pretty much the same. You know, through ups and downs, we've all been here. I think we've only lost Santi Avalos. He came here, he had a nice little return, but he eventually left later. So what's your stance on how do we get to this point? How are we here? How are we still at this table all along?
I think we just got nowhere else to go, bro.
Some people sit at our table, but we just take it back.
It's this one kid that watches like Twitter, anime, and Reddit on his phone. He used to sit in that corner right there. Did you stop it? He used to watch. That's Luke, by the way. Luke is a character that's been here as well. Hugo, say hi.
Hi.
No, like on right here. That's Hugo. He's also an OG member. I can show you Luke as well. Always turning his head. Those are kind of the main characters. History-wise, Tyson at the bar has its own history. Tyson used to sit at the end. Cameron Schneider was on the second bench next to him. I'm always at the third. Lucas is at the fourth. Sometimes we had in-betweens with Coco Brufagni. He's this kid from Argentina that used to sit here. Now he's, God rest his soul, in a better place now. Miracosta High School. But overall, this table is probably here to stay. We're more than halfway into the high school and we're still here where we've been since freshman year, so. What are you looking forward to for the history of this table, and will it still last?
I think we're gonna be here until senior year.
This will be our one and only table.
I think this table is breaking apart. It's already been crumbling the past like 2 years. Slowly, I feel like a majority of the group left, and people leave halfway through lunch. Everybody is just slowly disbanding.
What are the pros and cons of being at this table?
The pros of this table is having a place to go to every lunch and snack. Cons, I don't know.
The pros of this table, I'd say we have a spot that's like designated to us. We jug it back if anybody tries sitting here. Another pro is that it's pretty much just like we're always gonna be here. Like if you don't got a place to sit, you just come back to the boys. A con is that when it's empty, you can still sit here and no one's gonna sit here, but then you're the only one sitting there. Contrary to his opinion, I don't think we've really lost anybody. I think the main group is still here, whether kids have changed schools or not. I leave the table every single day, but I'm still here during lunch, and I'm still here during snack.
We had Johnny, we had Santi, we had Coco, Santi, Johnny, we had, who else did we do?
No, the start of the year is always strong.
We had like
and then
5 or 6
third quarter, it's like 2 people, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone like splits.
Remember when Connor used to sit here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Andre.
Oh yeah.
Andre never shows up.
Remember when we all sat outside that one time during freshman year, bro? Hey, you know, like, no matter, like, we had like some beef going on and stuff, so we sat outside one time, but like, you know, we always come back to the orange and stuff, so we came back to the table.
We had a phase where we just sat underneath the rail on the curb, but overall, we always come back. I mean, I think it's a nice lesson. Overall, it's rough and it's difficult to have a table with such a strong dynamic for over 2.5 years. So what do you think gives this table such a strong dynamic, and even though there's divides and beef, how do we always come back?
I actually think this table does not have a strong dynamic because there's a lot of side characters at this table,
So a pro, in my opinion, I can also give this as a pro to the beach table outside. This is like an observation deck. When we're sitting here at the beginning of lunch, we get to watch and be watched by every single person that waits in that line. And we get to see every single thing that happens in the cafeteria. Which sounds weird and it sounds stalkery, but it's hype, bro. It's definitely put me in some bad situations, it put me in some good situations. I mean, I've seen fights almost happen. Show a photo of Brooklyn almost losing her shit right here.
We saw Matt got dragged out.
Yeah, people getting in trouble by the admin right there. We got the Asian guy right there. Beardo comes in sometimes. It's been times when we're almost kicked out by the administration because of all the trash, but that's kind of fizzled out because we're mature now. If I can, I would get Asian guy over here. We don't know his name yet, but you know, he's kind of being a little bit of an op lately. He's been standing on the chair. This Beardo as well. This spot right here is great for cutting into the line. That's really awesome, but yeah. OG spot right here. Of course, they stack chairs, but that's kind of where we just get our chairs now. This is a great shot for shooting oranges into the basket. I mean, I've had my fair share of oranges. I chuck full speed at that wall and they explode. But yeah, I mean, it's fun all around at this table. We got, you know, the emo kids have been there the whole time. Some could call them emos, some could call them the wrestling kids, you know, it varies. The girls always sit in those booths. That table has kind of been these boys for a little bit, you know, the guy with the big nose. School-wise, how does this table like fit in like academically? Because I know I used to do like homework every single day here.
I've seen like it's helped for me too. Like if I have an assignment that I forgot about, like I'll just like run to the table and like ask anyone if they have it, and then just copy it down before class. So it helped me a lot.
This is also great for exchanging test answers and scores as well. Most definitely for every single class from bio all the way to chemistry, all the way to apes now, asking whether we got a test today, you know, all that. But this table is gonna definitely be the table that holds the closest to my heart out of all tables during this podcast. I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I think I had a question I asked yesterday that I'm gonna ask to all tables. What table should I go to next?
I think you should do the emo table next.
Oh,
wrestling emo table.
Nobody cares about
Like Paul, CJ and them?
Yeah.
You should do the
no,
the
the
surfboard
surf team,
table.
the surf team,
No,
yeah,
the
yeah.
surfboard table right there.
No, do Charlie's table like out there, the surfer kid.
Do like the surf table like Charlie and Nate and them over there.
And one last thing, rate 2 things for me out of 10. How close this table is to falling apart, and this table overall.
Overall, I'll give the table like a low-key like a 7 or 8. Like I think it's been like pretty solid over the years. And like in terms of it falling apart, contrary to Lucas' belief, like even though like people have gone in and out, I think it's like pretty stable as a whole. So I'll give it like a 7.
I gave it like a 5 because it had its peaks, and right now it's not at that. But I feel like whenever like everybody leaves, everybody like comes back randomly. Like right now, kind of.
I think this table's like a 7 because it's been a really solid place for 3 years, but it's just like it's like going like that. So
I agree with Yanni. It used to be like a 10, like freshman year. It was great, but now it's kind of like dying down. There's only like 5 or 6 people here, so I'd probably give it like a 6 or 7. And yeah, I think that it's probably gonna crumble as like Yanni keeps going out to his girlfriend. Lucas is like doing clubs and stuff. Like there's gonna be no one at this table anymore. So I think it's gonna fall apart.
Overall, I love this table. I'll remember this table for a long time. In regards to who we're missing today, I want to give a shout out to Carson. I want to give a shout out to Caden. I want to give a shout out to Tyson. I want to give a shout out to Luke. I want to give a shout out to Joaquin. I want to give a shout out to Andre. I want to give a shout out to Cameron Schneider. I want to give a shout out to anybody that's ever been at this table, including the NPCs and anybody that stops in to troll the NPCs. I want to give a shout out to Johnny. I want to give a shout out to Connor. I want to give a shout out to Johnny when he put anchovy sauce in my hair. I want to give a shout out to Santi. I want to give a shout out to Dylan. I want to give a shout out to Santi when he came here from Costa. Thank you for watching. Tune in for next time. Keep the whole thing in. And peace out.